So today I'm continuing my conversation on the little red book called A Facility Based on Change, written by Robert Propst in 1968. Now, our industry has really evolved and come up with amazing design solutions. However, in a world of rapid change, these marvelous design solutions have a very short shelf life. The solutions age very quickly. In other words, they become out of date with the solution they were attempting to solve very quickly, and they don't change gracefully. This is one of the challenges that Probst identified, is that an environment where information continues to change and get updated, we have to be able to adapt quickly and gracefully. So that brings us to his second design criteria called coherent. Now, if we look up the definition of coherent, it means sticking together, to cohere, and logical and consistent. So the solutions we provide need to have coherency. In other words, all the different elements need to have some relationship to one another. The original Action Office was very much like a Lego set. But what happened quickly in our industry is that competitive pressures and market interest, manufacturers began adding more and more one-off solutions to accommodate the needs and the interest or something that somebody else has, which ultimately led to these very complicated furniture systems. We gained a lot of variety in a range of different kinds of solutions, but what we gave up is the flexibility and the ability to change easily. If I were to advise companies in a post-pandemic world, the first thing I would look at is the Lego approach to our facilities. The Lego approach is the antidote to complexity and constant change. I would then go to my suppliers and require that, at least for my solutions, that they create a smaller kit of parts that are coherent, so I don't have to deal with or even be tempted by the wide variety of one-off solutions. Now, this kit of parts needs to be intuitive to work with. The pieces need to be as interchangeable as possible, and I need to be able to have easy access to them. Now, when I work with my project teams, I would make coherency a key overall design strategy. That would mean that the early project teams need to bring their different solutions together and look at how do we make these as interoperable as possible. That includes the mechanical systems, the IT, the furniture system, the amenities, and the work that our facility staff does. There needs to be an internal intuitive logic on how all of these things work together if I'm going to be able to maintain them and keep changing them easily over time. And finally, I would require my suppliers work together to look at different scenarios. So once we have one solution designed and we feel good about it, then we need to take that solution through a series of scenarios. How easily would we adapt it? So as I revisit a facility based on change, it's helping me rethink through these fundamental concepts that Robert Propst developed, looking at the transition from a complicated manufacturing world into a complex, fluid information world. Now we have a new level of complexity and volatility that we need to look at. And I think revisiting these concepts in the light of the challenges we faced, the solutions we have, will help us rethink, reframe, repackage, reintroduce the things that we already have in a much simpler and coherent way. So that's criteria number 2, coherency.